Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And I hope you guys are having a great day today on this beautiful Monday morning, Monday afternoon, actually. It is March 10th, and we're getting right around the corner with spring, everybody. And we can't wait to, I hope you guys had a great weekend and went out and supported some local establishments and some live entertainment. Had a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot to talk about this week. And we're ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. Every show is dedicated to the first responders. Of course, everybody in our military and, of course, our veterans who fought for our country. Thank you for what you guys do. But mostly the show is dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch this show every day, whether you're watching it right now on all 5 of our social media outlets during your lunch hour or if you're watching it anytime during the day. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. And we got a great week coming up, a lot of good stuff. My guest today will be my good friend Daniela Gonzalez and her son Gabriel. They're going through some hardship right now. And, you know, in this country, in this world, everybody's always got an open heart and whatever we can do to help. She got an interesting story about bullying, which is something not only that happens in schools, but it also happens to adults as well as kids. So she'll be joining us mid-show. It's Ocean's Pit. It's showtime. Let's go to work. Yeah, smiling days, folks. Welcome. It's a beautiful Monday. And like I said, I hope you guys had an incredible weekend. We're just going to start off on getting right to our sponsors, folks. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. They got some great deals. Red hot March deals. Spring is around the corner. Take advantage of the Scott's 4-step program at all the lowest priced of the season for $94.99 with your Ace Rewards membership. Not an Ace Rewards member? Sign up for one of our cashiers and take advantage of all their exclusive savings. That's right. How about this, folks? How about some small engine repair service offered at all the Chicagoland JRC Ace Hardware stores? No appointment necessary. Just bring your small engine in. Speak to one of our knowledgeable sales associates. Can't get with the unit with us? We'll gladly pick it up and deliver it back to you. It's grill season. That means it's time to grill your ace off with our good friends from JRC Ace Hardwares. That's right. They got great Weber grills, Traeger, Blackstone, Napoleon. All are displayed in the stores while you're shopping at their large display of rubs, spices, sauces. Be sure to take care of your brand new grill. They got the special right now, the Weber Spirit Grill right now, a new and designed new price with 3 burner for $4.99. And that's the whole month of Ace Hardware March, baby. You can't beat that. So go out, buy local, shop local, and they'll take care of you. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. That's right. And speaking of my good friend, speaking of JRC Ace Hardware, kicking off by thanking Raffaello, who was on the show on Friday. And it's going to be a new segment, maybe once a month, maybe 2. We'll see how it goes. But it's called Do It Yourself at Raffaello. He takes a certain product and he shows you how to fix it, how to replace it. And he did something with the toilet stuff. And we got a lot of inquiries about it because some people just don't know how to that. You can fix some of this stuff yourself without going to bring somebody to come in and fix it. And it costs you a fortune just for labor alone. So like I said, once or twice a month, Raffaello is going to come by and do it yourself at Raffaello. So I want to thank Raffaello for that. I also want to thank everybody from Chicago Prime Steakhouse on Friday. What a great event it was. We had a lot of fun, folks, and thank you. I want to thank my good friend Mario and Karen from Broken Earth Winery in Long Grove for stopping by, and also my buddy Dave Calderon from Jilly's. a great singer. We're going to be with him coming up this week. We'll talk a little bit about that too. And then Saturday night, I want to thank Jerry Jams on Friday, did a great job. Now, Saturday night, we made our debut at a very brand new place. Not a brand new place, just brand new place for me. It was called Johnny's Kitchen and Tap. It was in Glenview. And Mary and the staff do an incredible job. And I just can't believe the people that came out. Great seeing all my friends there. It was, of course, Cousin Tommy and Jeff and Lou and Debbie and Ross and Miles Green and Craig Gary on his birthday. AJ, it was great seeing the great Ronnie Rice from the New Colony Six came up and sang that one big hit. They had a lot of great songs, Ronnie Rice. I Will Always Think of You is probably one of my favorite songs. And it was so kind enough for him to come up. So thank you all, Danny and Robin, too. And, of course, Jerry Jams right on top of everything. So it was a great time, and hopefully we can come back there. I think I said I just didn't have too many dates open. But, again, thank you to Mary and the staff at Johnny's Kitchen and Tap. Update, of course, people keep asking about Laura every night, every day at my gigs and whatever it is. She's doing fantastic. She's doing her walking. She's doing her breathing. She's walking outside. She little by little, she's doing a lot of office stuff, and that's keeping her busy because she's still trying to book, my business as well as taking care of a lot of stuff. So she's doing fantastic. Got her lashes done, and of course with Natalie now going back to work, because she took a month off to be 24 hours with my wife Laura. If you guys don't know that already. But her spirits are up and she's just going. So, again, thank you for flowers and texts and calls and everything. She appreciates it. We all appreciate it. We had some of the family over on Sunday. So it was great seeing Nina and Callan, and then Tony and Ange came by. And then I went a little fishing with Carlo and caught just a couple crappie. We tried fishing again this morning with Ronnie B up in Fox Lake, and we caught nothing. We tried, but at least we had a good time out there. And just like I said, going out and fishing to have a little fun is the best part of it, folks. Let me see if we can get some people watching today. Carol, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Yes, it was great to have Natalie there, be able to take a month off work to be 24 hours care with for my wife. Because, I'm home during the day and I can do what I can. And then, of course, 2 nights a week I rehearse with my band, and then 4 nights a week I'm working. So Natalie's been a savior. Debbie, how you doing? Ryan, Tony, Toto, what's up, brother? Everybody watching today. So we got a lot, buddy. I hope you're still celebrating your birthday, buddy. I hope it was a good one. Vince Ramundi, how are you doing, my friend? Luann, great seeing Luann on Saturday night. And Vince Ramundi, to the Ramundi family, happy 20, I don't know how old Vincenzo. You guys just celebrated a birthday for Junior. So happy birthday on that. There's Michelle. Just say, Michelle, how you doing, Lilia? All right, so Dick Sayed's in the house. How you doing, my good friend, the Alderman from Des Plaines? All right, so we got a really busy week coming up. And like I said, about 12:35, I got my guest on. She's been a friend of mine since Jilly's. We're going back many years. Her name is Diana Gonzalez, and her son, Gabriel. They're going through some financial problems right now, which a lot of people do these day and age. And also we're going to talk about bullying, which not only happens in the schools, and you think it happens even adults, just bullying is just bad everywhere. And we're going to talk about that at the end of the hour, folks. Let me just tell you the busy week we have. Now, Thursday will be at a brand new place for me. It's been there for a while, but it's a brand new place for me. It's called Bellanotte this Thursday. I'll be there with Tony Toto and Dave Calderone. And 6 o'clock show, that is, on Thursday. Friday, returning to Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's an 8 o'clock hit. Saturday, we have 2 shows. We'll be at the Hobart Art Theater, 2:30 in the afternoon in Indiana. That's Hobart, Indiana, with Ocean's Rat Pack. And then later that evening, we're in Glen Ellen for a fundraiser. And then Sunday, I'm back at one of my favorite places for Sinatra Sunday at Ron Onesti's Club Arcana Speakeasy. That's this Sunday, March 16th. So busy week, a lot of stuff. And first of all, happy International Women's Day. I know it was this weekend. For all the women out there, be proud. And they are tough. You women are very tough. You can take a hell of a lot more shit than us men can. That's for sure. Absolutely, Al. Okay, let's get to some other stuff. I also want to thank Miles Green for showing up on Saturday, and David. David, thank you for the box of Cuban cigars. You are a sweet man. Thank you so much for doing that. You didn't have to, and I will smoke them when I get some time. But thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that, folks. Also, today is National Brian Day. So, anybody named Brian out there, a happy national holiday to all you wonderful people. All right. What's the difference? Socialists. Are you a socialist? I don't know. Socialist. Here's my definition. And some of the definitions of people, what they're saying about socialist. It's a person who's stupid to know they're not a communist. Why do I just start the Monday off, right? Get right to the point. That's what I love. We got so much stuff to talk about here and stuff back and forth. I mean, even people, I want to also congratulate my good friend Ryan Cervini from ABC, 19 years in the business with ABC. Congratulate to him. Very, very cool. Great guy, too. He's always at the Columbus Day parade and always promoting the Chicago talent. And I hope you guys remember to move the clock ahead on Sunday, because I woke up on Monday and I was like, holy cow, what time? I lost an hour. Some people, I don't know if they like losing that hour. I forgot I think it was Carlo, my buddy Carlo, telling me that there's been like so many accidents and between car accidents and people tripping and stuff by losing that 1 hour of sleep. I don't know if that's true or not, but sometimes I think it does affect people differently. But that means it's getting closer to spring, and that's what's important. Let's see. Pamela Bach, the ex-wife of David Hasselhoff, has passed away. She was on The Young and the Restless and Baywatch. Our prayers go out to the Bach family. Also, Brian James from the band The Damned and Lords of the New Church, guitar player back in the 70s and the 80s, dies at the age of 70 years old. Aaron Ross, he was a member of Ministry. The band started actually in Chicago, died at the age of 44 years old, folks. And Dwayne Wiggins, the singer for the band Tone, 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 he passed away at the age of 64. I mean, people just seem like they're just dropping like flies. Our prayers go out to a Chicago guy, singer, vocalist, Ronnie Platt, who used to be with Ara many years ago, and now for the last 25 years or so, he's been the lead singer for the rock group Kansas, and he's having thyroid cancer. So they're doing to make sure that he gets better. Our prayers go out to Ronnie and his family. Interesting. Carol, wish they would keep this away from Stop Changing Time. I wish they'd stop doing that too. I think it's just like a waste of time. My opinion. There is Daryl Armenstad, the professor. What's up, brother? How many adults, I'm going to ask you guys, how many adults still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? That's the question for today. How many adults still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Maybe occasionally I'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Very occasionally. But, a lot of people still do it. That's the question. How many people still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Larry says yes. Okay, that's one yes. And like I said, I do. Debbie says she does. Okay, cool. Debbie Jamin, how are you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so I think it's still a go-to quick treat if you have to. Buddy says nope. Buddy doesn't have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He has Nutella sandwiches. Remember those, Buddy, when we were a kid? Oh, my mom used to pack that stuff in school. And we'd go and people would look at me like, what is that on your bread? Is that chocolate? It was the worst thing in the world. Oh, and now it's huge. I mean, it's a big thing now. Kids are eating it like crazy. But when we were kids and went to school, it was crazy. Emil, I hope you're doing, friend. My friend from Florida, Emil, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I think it was your father's birthday up in heaven, right? Would have been 100 years old if I read that right. Emil, to your father. Even you never ate it. Okay, Gina, I do once in a blue moon. There you go. Gina, happy birthday to your dad, by the way. I think it's your dad's birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday. Kathy says hi. The question was, do you guys adults still eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? So a couple of people said yes. Some people don't. Interesting, right, folks? It's a go-to snack. Oh my God. Let's see. This is they're having this big, we talk about the transgender thing that's going on now with women and men being women playing in women's sports and that whole thing that's out there all over social media, folks. And again, my point of view, it doesn't mean much, but just my point of view, I don't think it should happen. I don't, but here's something that was really bad. There was a race. It was a race in New York City, and it was supposed to be a woman's race. And there was a transgender who went under the race, and all the other people that were going on the race with them walked off, didn't do the race. So they just said, hell with it. We ain't got a chance. And I still believe that's so unfair. That's just my opinion. And I know it's going to stir a pot a little bit, but it's just something that I don't agree with there. Patrice, I hope you're doing well, my good friend. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. For you people that live in the Itasca area, this year, most towns have 4th of July fireworks. Itasca is choosing not to do their fireworks this year in Itasca. And I think there's a lot of towns that are doing that right now to stop doing that stuff. I should have got that. I'll get that for tomorrow. Anyway, Illinois also, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Ronnie B, what's shaking, brother? Thanks for the fishing today. We tried our best. We really did. We had the shiners out there, and we didn't catch anything. But good day of fishing is better than a bad day of not fishing. So thank you, Ronnie and Deborah, for that. I appreciate it. Illinois taxes, the highest. It's the highest in the state. I mean, obviously Illinois, we understand that, but the state, local, it's the highest it is. I don't know how anybody can live in the city, especially. I know we're all in the same state, but my God, we just think we can find some sort of way of cutting costs or helping us. It's just brutal out there because too much of construction around there here in Itasca. All right, thank you, Carol, because I had no reason why. I have to tell you, my wife volunteered to take care of dogs. Well, Emo, that's a great thing. Wherever she does. I volunteer with Almost Home Foundation, which will be opening up in April. Kathy from California, how are you doing, my dear friend? California's watching. We have Florida watching. Las Vegas watching today. Here's some good news for people to bring back work into our country of the United States of America. Honda will start making cars. The Honda Civic will start making cars in Indiana, ladies and gentlemen, instead of Mexico to avoid the tariffs. Anything to bring in work to the United States, companies to the United States is all right by me. That's what I think. Here's some interesting stuff. Now, I don't know if you guys ever go to flea markets or garage sales or auctions or whatever you do, right? And I love doing that stuff. My wife's not too much into it, but I do love doing it. And you go out and sometimes you find treasures, man. And I mean, you find something like, oh my God, and it's marked at such a price that I can't believe that it's actually this cheap. I remember a few times that's happened to me. How about this lucky gentleman? He went to a thrift shop, found a copy of the Declaration of Independence. Now, the person who had it put it in a frame, probably didn't even realize that it was one of the original copies or authorized. It was real. He bought it for $4 from the thrift shop. Turned around, did his research, sold it at a high-stake auction, sold for $7 million. He bought the copy of the Declaration of Independence for $4 from a thrift shop. Did his investigation and turned it around. $7 million, ladies and gentlemen. And he invested $4. So sometimes when you're out there, some people don't know what they're selling. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, McHenry, they have some, absolutely. Danny Mazzi in the house. Danny, great seeing you and Robin on Saturday, buddy. I do appreciate it very much. And speaking of my buddy Danny, Armando's Supermarkets, buy local, shop local, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. And Mike and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your collision and auto repair needs. Go to crashchampions.com. Red Robins Remember the Red Robin, especially, I don't know if you lived in the River Grove area, Schiller Park, whatever, Franklin Park, around that area, even Elmwood Park. They used to be it still is. Gene and Jude is still there, but they used to be the Cock Robin. Remember that? That was great too. But then Red Robin, completely different place. It looks like they're going to be closing 70 locations. They're having some problem with their business. A lot of businesses are closing. It's pretty sad. It really is. Guys, remember, before the end of the hour, we're bringing up my good friend Daniela Gonzalez, that I've known since Jilly's, and she can have her son Gabriel. And we're going to talk about, she's going through some financial crisis right now, ladies and gentlemen, and not a fault of her own. And we're also going to talk about bullying with her son that happens. It's been happening in schools forever. And I wish one day they'd be able to stop this thing called bullying, which even happens in workplace. It even happens to adults. It just doesn't happen to kids, but it does happen to everybody. So it's pretty sad. So she's going to be on about 12:35. So make sure you tune in for that. You got kicked, Carol. I got kicked off Facebook last night. The last time you mentioned Cock Robin. Well, maybe they thought it was a pornographic thing. This is that was a fast food restaurant, right? Okay. Let's get right to Dennis, Lake Geneva. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Let's go right to another sponsor, folks. It's that time for real estate, buying, selling. One way to go with my good friend Mary Grievous. Don't just call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent. Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate, Mary Grievous at mgrievous.starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725. She can take care of all your real estate needs. And then, of course, she also books NTD vacations, and we all know that the cruise is not that far away, folks. So this is our second cruise that we're doing, and it's the Chicago Music Cruise. So you still have time. It's not completely sold out yet. It's a big ship, 7,000 people it holds. So if you're interested in joining us, it's going to happen March 22nd to March 30th, the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. It's going to be Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. And it's going to be 8 days in spring break, March 22nd to March 30th of this year. And for people that are listening that are going on the cruise, we're going to be doing another one in January. So something different, special surprise. We'll be announcing that as we get closer to the date, of course. Anyway, go to chicagomusiccruise.com or give Mary a call at 630-688-1725, and you can join me, Tony Ocean, the Main Event Band, Mojo's Jukebox, the Jersey Girls, Seventh Heaven, of course, Seventh Heaven, they're the ringleaders, and Hillbilly Rock Stars, and many more. So it's going to be a good time, and I hope you guys can join us. Chicago Music Cruise 2025. Let's get back to some more crazy stuff here, folks. For all you people that follow football, if you're an NFL fan, of course, and if you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I don't know why this happens a lot. Dennis, again, hello. Carol, again. Carol Brandolino, how you doing? She'll be joining us tomorrow on Twisted Tuesday. I don't know why this happens to either musicians or football. Mostly, I always hear it about football. And this is going to the NFL here. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy arrested for domestic violence. I don't know why that always happens. You hear it about it in celebrities. You hear about it in baseball. You hear it in sports. I mean, it happens, I'm sure, all the time, other places, but always. I just never understood the whole domestic violence thing. I don't know why you have to hit people. You should never hit a lady, number one. And number two, they shouldn't be hitting you. It just needs to find some way. You know, a lot of people don't call when it starts happening. They don't call for help. They don't call. So then, God forbid, something happens. All of a sudden, they call the police, and somebody goes, hey, well, how come you never called if this was happening all the time? The police have no record of it. They don't know it's an ongoing thing. A lot of people are ashamed. A lot of people are scared. Don't be scared. There's places and people that can help you with domestic violence, just like anything else out there. There's crisis lines. There's people that out there and help. You just got to do your homework and find out. And that's what it is. Here we go. We were just talking earlier in the show about the transgender with the race in New York, where all the racers just didn't, the runners, they just didn't show. They got out of the race, and the guy ran by himself. Miss Georgia, Bella Batavia, she's the first openly transgender woman going into try to be Miss Georgia pageant. Again, it's not my cup of tea, and it's something that I think it's separated in some way. I don't know. It's just not fair to the women, and it's like a broken record here on this show. So I'm just going to drop it on that. Breakfast Club. How many people remember the Breakfast Club back in 1985? I think it was 85, 84. The Brat Pack, right? That's what they were called. Well, they're getting back together, all the original cast. After 40 years, there will be a brand new Breakfast Club movie. I don't remember the movie that much. I remember the song by Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. But I don't really remember the movie at all. There's some movies that I've seen and I can't remember. I'm just losing it up here. But they're getting all the original cast, so some people are very happy about that. Tiff, Annie, cool. Welcome to Ocean's Pit. All right, in a couple more minutes, my friend Diane Gonzalez will be joining us. Here's something that drives, this is nuts. Now listen to this. This doctor got arrested, 49 years in prison for lying to customers, saying that they had cancer. Telling them they had cancer, bringing them in for treatments and all this stuff. The kickbacks to big pharmas here. For the CH3 the CH3 corporation, $17.5 million in kickbacks. Now this is just one doctor telling people that they have cancer, the beginning of cancer. This is what you need to do. These people were completely healthy, or they had something else wrong with them that wasn't cancer. But telling these patients that they had cancer. 49 years he got in prison. He should have got in prison for life, this piece of garbage, that doctors are doing this just for the kickback. It's almost like some police officers. I understand the DUI thing. I got it. Done that. Had one. I got it. But some of them go out there and get to a certain amount. It's like, hey, this is crazy. This is the medical field, and nothing surprises me anymore. Remember the story with the kid, with the girls, was it a volleyball or whatever? It was a girls' sports team, and they were examining them a certain way that the doctor shouldn't be examining them. And there were years this went on until he finally got caught, until somebody woke up. Unbelievable. Carol, you said that just happened to your brother? Well, look at that. Carol Manai said it just happened to her brother. This is a doctor, but he got sentenced. This guy's going 49 years in jail, and 49, forget it. Lock this bum up. This guy should be, anybody that does that and tries to cheat the people. I mean, come on, you go in there as your doctor. He's supposed to be giving you advice to make you better, and then not just, you can't trust anybody anymore. He should get cancer all over his body, Kathy. And I hate to be that way, but I agree with you 100%. Just horrible, horrible. Like I said, everything that comes on my show, whether you guys said it to me or not, or whatever it is, nothing phases me. It wasn't like, oh my God. It's not, those oh my God times are over. They're over. There's so much crap going on in this world that you just like, it's mind-boggling to me. Newsmax today states Iran will stop nuclear development. Oh, well, that's a good sign. Dennis, thank you for that. It's just crazy to me. And I don't think it's going to get any better. And like I said, I always said, like, man, I wish we'd go back in the old days when this stuff wasn't happening. But it was always like my friend Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. After I said that once or twice, he goes up to me, goes, Tone, it's always been like that. But when we were growing up, we didn't know that stuff. We didn't have social media. Oh, they're not going to. Oh, thank you, Dennis. So Iran is not going to stop nuclear development. See what I mean? Nothing shocks me anymore. But it's sad. You know what's even worse? For the kids these days. I mean, some of these kids growing up right now, they're just messed up as it is. No parent guiding. Give them the video games, and they can just keep keep them busy, keep them out of my hair. Or there's some parents that struggling to work 3 jobs or 2 jobs apiece just to put food on the table. There's some legit people out there that trying to do the best they can and trying to take care of kids. It's nice. Gil De La Paz, another great entertainer in Chicago. How you doing, Gil? But back then, we didn't know. We didn't have social media. You had the 5 channels, right? Whatever they told you is. You didn't know that stuff was going on years ago, years and years. It's just a sad thing. We got a couple minutes before we bring up our guest of ours, folks, a good friend of ours, and we'll talk a little bit about that. First, let's go to how to becoming your own bank. You want to learn how to save some money? Start your retirement for you, maybe for you or your children or someone you know. Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement a reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin will help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213 or book on Calendly for a free consultation. Start building the retirement you deserve. That's right. That's Imperialux. And if you're joining us on the cruise this year in a couple of weeks, Wendy Thompson and Craig will be on the cruise. And not only Wendy Thompson does Britney Spears and Marilyn Monroe, she'll be performing. But besides that, they're going to also have an Imperialux seminar and where they'll be able to talk to you face to face and talk to you about becoming your own bank with Imperialux. So that's going to be cool, free of charge. And you can come and listen to them and talk to them. I think it's going to be a good thing. We're going to learn more from them. So very cool on that. All right. So we got my guest coming up, and I think we're going to bring her on in just one more commercial if we can. Let's get another sponsor here. Our good friend, Tommy Vena, Jack Vena Landscaping, folks. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation, and they also do fall gutter cleanups. It's time to sign up now. If you don't have a company that does this for you, this is the company you want to use. Jack Vena Landscaping. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 45 years, and they go a lot of places, not just the North Shore, just to let you know. Give Tommy a call at 847-432-5266. Tell him Tony Ocean sent you. That's Jack Vena Landscaping. All right, so we're going to get to our guest. I like having people on the show. I like to have friends on the show that are trying to promote something, or if they're in some crisis, or like I said, their bands or new business or something. So everybody can learn about all these wonderful people that we have in this world of ours. And, you know, through life, everybody go through some hard times. And we've all been there. Some people are still doing it. And we don't even know about it. Some people that you see smiling out or whatever they're doing, no one really knows inside their head what they're feeling and what they're doing and what they're going through. So when we get a chance that we can help somebody, that's what we like to do. It's a small little show. And if you can get the word out, 3 or 4 people, more the merrier, because it's important to give back in life, especially the people that have been fortunate to give back in life, because every day we wake up is a blessing. Every day we wake up, everybody says tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Well, we all know tomorrow is not always going to be there, folks. So I think it's important that we come out and support. And I'm going to bring my friend on. I'll give you just a little background. I've known Daniela Gonzalez since the old Jilly's days. You guys remember Jilly's on Rush Street? I would perform there for about 15 years. So she has a son, Gabriel, and they're going through some financial crisis right now. And it's an interesting story, but I hope you guys will sit and listen to it. And if you can, she's got a GoFundMe page. It says Give, Send, Go. You go to Give, Send, Go. And put the name Gabriel, and help out when you can. It's really important. I think it's time, if you can, to help people out in need. And forget about me talking now. Let's talk. Let's bring Daniela on right now. Diane.
Hi.
There is Diane and Gabriel. How are you guys doing?
Good. Hi. We're happy it's sunny out. Thanks for having us on. Thanks for inviting us.
Well, you know what? It is sunny out. That's a good sign. That means spring is here, right, Gabriel? You can go out and play. You can do some sports, right? Do you like sports?
Yeah, I have a soccer ball here.
Soccer ball? Do you fish?
I sometimes.
There you go. See, so when summer is here and spring is here, it's warmer. We can do all these kind of things. So, first of all, thank you for being on the show. We really do appreciate it very much. Diane, I'm telling you that through life, and I was telling everybody before you came on the show, um, life is a tough thing. People, relationships, not relationships, people with children, people in general, jobs. It's just crazy right now. And if we can come together and help in some way with that's what we're here for. And I love everybody would love to hear some of your stories. So Diana, the floor is yours.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you again for having us on. And this is my son, Gabriel. He's going to stay on as long as he feels comfortable. Because what's going on is mostly stemming from something that happened with him. So if he exits the room, that's we're going with it. So well, a
Okay.
few months ago,
Take your time. Wait, take your time. Take a deep breath. Relax. It's very easy. We're just going to talk. First of all, how old is Gabriel?
so he just turned 13.
13 years old, buddy. All right. Very cool. Well, happy birthday
And
to you. All right.
Yeah,
Go
thank
ahead.
you.
so he's a big fan of yours, as you know.
Oh,
I've got
thank you.
right
Yeah,
later
right.
later for your viewers, I'll share pictures of you and him together at
Okay. All
your
right.
Lake Geneva show.
Yes.
So
Yes.
a couple of months ago, he was at school and it was lunchtime. And I had checked in with him and I was waiting to hear back from him. I was really excited about to hear about how that day went. And I didn't hear from him and I was surprised. But a little concerned because it was a big day. Um, and then about 30 minutes later, I got a phone call from the school that he had been hurt. Um, they really, they said he had been hurt. Didn't really get into the gravity of it. So I went to pick him up to find out that um, he had been attacked in an unprovoked incident as he was. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. As he was sitting at the lunch table. Um, so he was sitting at a lunch table, and a student who does have quite a history of being physically physically involved with other students, where he is the perpetrator. He's not the one reactive. Um, this student walked into the classroom. He was not assigned that lunch. He was supposed that lunch period. He was supposed to be in class. So
Well,
he is just
let's rewind for a second. The person that was doing the bullying, as we're talking about, was not supposed to be in the lunch class with Gabriel, correct?
correct.
Correct.
So he shouldn't have been there in the first place. He was just there to cause trouble, obviously. Okay, can you mention the school or you can't mention the school?
I can.
Well, that's not
I
important. Go ahead.
I don't. I don't want to.
Okay.
Be at least not now. You know, if
Okay.
something changes, I will.
Sure.
Because right now I'm really focused on and have been focused on healing him, and
Okay.
he's come a long way. Um, I can tell you I can tell you our district. It's District 303.
Okay. All right.
I'm
All
I'm
right.
happy to share that. I guess I just don't want problems for others right now, but I'm happy to answer questions if need be.
Sure, sure. I totally understand. So this kid in the school lunchroom when shouldn't have been there, number one. All right.
Mhm.
So what? So they
So he
they mean
came
the
into
school just wait. School. The school just called you and said your son got hurt, but never told you why or how until you got
well,
there.
they told me that he was hurt and he had been hit in the head. Just didn't really get into the. I mean, it was. I come later to find out it was pretty severe, so I understand why they didn't tell me everything on the phone, so I wouldn't be so frantic. I assume.
Sure, 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 sure.
Um, So what I come to find out is that this student entered the lunchroom. He left his classroom. He is the size of a man. He is 6 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier. He came in with his laptop and whacked my son on the head very hard with his laptop. Then he grabbed his head and neck and pushed his head into the lunch table, punched him a couple times. Are you still okay with this? We have, just so anybody who might be sensitive, we have talked about this quite a bit. There was a time when Gabe wasn't comfortable with this, but he is now.
Yeah.
So
Makes complete sense. Makes complete sense.
if any, so
So
he then grabbed him by the neck, and then after he did the punching, he whipped him on the ground like a rag doll, and then continued to punch him and kicked him in the back. My son was able to squirm away for a moment, and then he grabbed him again and threw him on the ground.
Diane, let me ask you something. Was there a reason why you think he singled out your son for some reason?
Yes, we do know why. And he was upset and jealous that my son played Roblox online with his girlfriend over the summer. And at one point, all three of them had played. They all knew each other. They were friendly with each other. And all reports say that this was unprovoked. There is video footage. There was no fight between the two. It was a complete cheap shot attack.
Yeah.
Um,
And how old was he? How old? Same age?
They are 1 month apart. He
Okay,
is 1 month
right.
younger, the other boy.
And what were people doing while this was happening? The people in the lunchroom.
So that, go ahead. Yes.
I mean, they were sitting there. I mean, I don't know what they wanted to do. My friends were there. I heard that after that happened, my friend was actually crying because of what he saw. I did. I was able to like walk, like get away, and I think people helped, like some staff.
Yeah. So during the incident, nobody did anything. You can tell in the video that people are just shocked. What I'm
Sure.
also told by a lot of parents of children that were there, and
Right.
also what I was told by the school, is that this student walks around intimidating people. He likes to have that persona. And he had been inquiring if anybody ever talked to this girl. It wasn't just last year he was inquiring, very, very defensive, and didn't want anybody talking to her. Did anybody like her? So yes, we are told that was the reason, because they played Roblox over the summer. The principal went on to tell us, and the dean, that it was completely unprovoked. Again, we have video footage. So I took my son to the emergency room, where he was diagnosed with brain injury, a broken hand. At one point, they thought his back was broken. So they went from a CT scan to an MRI to thankfully rule that out. And he has bruised L4 in his lower back. He's now showing signs of a possible retethered spinal cord. So he does have some upcoming testing for that.
Yeah, just so let me interrupt real fast. Was there a police report filed?
No, that's a great question. So yes, so I didn't even have to file a police report, because there is a resource officer at the school, which sadly, we have to have these days, right? And this police officer filed the report that day. Then this officer told me that her chief of police kind of took over the report, and he took it straight to the state's attorney, and the state's attorney made the decision to file felony charges on this other student. So
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but what I'm trying to say is that, so the police report was there made. Now, since you said this student had a reputation of being a bully, so the faculty and everybody kind of knew this guy when he's around. He's trying to cause trouble, They knew about it, right? So did anything happen to the kid?
Yeah, great questions. So, with the incident being so, and I will talk about, bullying and policies and all that, but for now,
Mhm. Yeah,
um, the school was moving towards expelling him, because the incident was so severe, and the principal told me, that type of violence has no business at that school. So when they told the other parents that they were moving towards expulsion, they withdrew the student from school. My son still had a very hard time returning, I think, as anybody could imagine. It was quite a long road. His friends were so supportive. When he did go back, he went back just for one class at first. His close friends had lunch with, since this incident occurred in the lunchroom. I had an
sure.
idea to not have lunch in the lunchroom at first, and they all had lunch together in an office for a couple of days. It was great.
Well,
Um,
what did the principal say when he talked to you about this after the event? I mean, what was their? I mean, were they sorry at all? Did they try to say anything? Did they do any? Were they assisting you in any way and help?
yes, they were supportive of setting up anything to make Gabriel feel comfortable coming back. We made it clear that he was not going back if that student was going to be there. There were other parents who had heard about it through their children, of course, that were very upset.
Sure.
I did not go public with this until recently,
Uh-huh.
because we've just been trying to heal him and deal. So, which we can talk about what all of this led to in our personal life whenever you're
Right, but then
ready.
you almost after this happened, did you pull? You did say you pulled him out of school, correct?
So I just withdrew him from school a month ago because
Okay.
we gave. You want to go? Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you, Gabriel.
No
Okay.
problem.
Um, yeah, I withdrew him a month ago. He tried, we tried for months, and it's just really, the trauma of being there. And after you have brain injury, there can be a lot of repercussions. It's very tough to focus. You can be reactive. It's very, very difficult. So it was getting to the point where it was more stress, so I have withdrawn him. He's in a different learning environment now, and I'm looking for something even better, but it is something that costs money. Now, I love that you asked if the school did anything. Of course they apologized. They
Yeah.
definitely tried to make his transition back to school comfortable. um what learned now is that they could have provided an in-home tutor, and that was never brought to my attention. It was never offered, and that would be so incredibly helpful.
Did you go back to the school and say, "Hey, I need this for my son"? Did you
I
think
just
that
found
thought
this.
ever come through your mind? Go ahead,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. I just found that out a few days
That's a
ago, and I have not, because we are dealing with what I would call like a residual crisis since this happened. So there was like the initial acute situations, making sure he was okay inside and out. He was twitching in his sleep for the longest time. I couldn't sleep until he would fall asleep. His retainer, not retainer, his mouth was even affected. His space maintainer had been broken during the incident. Um, he was like in a daze for a long time, because four blows to the head in in less than 30 seconds will do that to you. Um, they just.
You know, it's a miracle that he's still. It's the miracle that he's still the way he is right now. And you know what? Kudos. He's got the. You got a tough kid there, man. And you know what? God bless that. Strong that he is, and that's makes him strong. Boy, these are words right now that says like you don't even know what to say at this particular point, what you're going through. And then your whole life had to change too, obviously, because now right? this is how something another reason why you're going through some of these problems too.
Absolutely. So, about 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So I had a good career. I worked as a recruiter in senior care. So I recruited staff and then I managed them. Clearly, with everything going on, it was super tough to be present physically and professionally. I also was needing to take
Sure,
a lot
sure.
of time off, or when he did go back, I would be contacted by Gabriel a lot with so much anxiety. He needed me to pick him up. He wanted me to pick him up. It was tough. And of course, there were doctor's appointments that were very acute. So I missed a lot of work and I just wasn't all there. So that resulted in me losing my job. Again, 78% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. The very, so within 60 days, I could no longer keep up my housing payments. So we are now facing and have been facing a housing crisis. I think probably most Americans know also what's going on out there with mortgage rates and interest rates, rental
Sure.
properties and
Yeah.
prices. So by the way, I did immediately get to work. I went to work part-time, which allowed me to really
Hmm.
be there for him. Even a few months
Sure.
after, it's just with the whole schooling situation, everything just continued to be so intense. So physically, he has come a long way. Again, he is showing signs now that his spinal cord may be retethered. Of course, there's residual other situations going on with him. But we are losing our housing. And so months ago, I had several friends offer to make a fundraiser, and I did not feel that anybody owes us anything. And I was a little scared and prideful in the sense that, like,
No, I
again, that
understand.
nobody owes me anything. Anyhow, it got to the point where I said, okay, so about a week ago, some friends of mine wrote something up, and my good friend Jamie started a Give Send Go. Give Send Go is a lot like GoFundMe, but they don't charge 20%. Um,
I got
they're
it.
more Christian based. So she started that. It's under Give Send Go, and then the headline is supporting Gabriel. I know that, I can send you the link. If you
Yes. And you know what? I'm telling you, Diana, it's now you did get an attorney because people have been asking a lot of questions here about
Okay, yes,
the
please tell me
attorney.
what they're asking.
Um,
Okay.
what does attorney say?
So I
Yeah.
did not get an attorney.
So
Well,
what did the attorney say?
this is kind of a couple of parts here. So criminally, I don't need to get an attorney because the state's attorney has the criminal case for the child, and he is
Sure.
being held
Okay. Yeah.
accountable. Um, and I think he'll be getting some help. I don't know with an attack like this if this is really something that can be rehabilitated, but okay, so he is being charged. Um, I did file an order of protection immediately. I started that process myself, then had attorney represent us in court, so I did incur some attorney's fees. Spoke with that attorney as well as many others. I interviewed a lot, and anyone can look this up and they can even ask an attorney themselves. Um, it is very, very difficult to financially hold a parent responsible for something that their child did at school. So far, that is what everybody has told me. Um,
Okay.
there may be another avenue. Right now, I'm just focused on Gabriel.
Which is the most important thing too. But my friend Craig Olson says, could you I think consider of bringing a civil suit against the family for the damage of the kid, the bully? Have you thought about that at all?
So I have talked to many, about 7 attorneys about that. Even kind of a well-known attorney around here named Thomas DeVore explained how suing a school district to hold them responsible is very difficult because there's something called tort immunity, and tort immunity
Okay.
protects taxpayers. Whenever somebody sues a school, the taxpayers pay. And it doesn't mean they can't be sued and that they shouldn't be sometimes,
Right.
but
Something. What
you
about the
have to,
family? What
so
about the
you have to
family?
prove, okay, so the family, so far everybody told me that they couldn't. I had one attorney even call an insurance adjuster friend of theirs, and they said that it would be nearly impossible and it would be a lot of work up front. So there is, since I have gone a little bit more public with this in the last week, there have been people who have told me otherwise. I will say that. Again, right now I'm just focused on Gabriel. But that is something to explore in the future. And I
Diane, have you spoke to did you reach out to his parents at all? Did you get a chance to talk to them at
thank
all?
you so much for asking that. No, but I'll tell you what, it has brought me to tears several times because I cannot believe they haven't found my number,
Or
asked
called
somebody for
themselves?
permission to have my number, and
Yeah.
called me and said, I'm so sorry that our son did this. And how's your son doing? And is there
Yeah.
anything we can do? Not one call. Of course, they lawyered up right away. I understand that. They might have been even advised not to, but I know if it were me, I mean, we'd be writing apology letters. We would be so sincere for anything.
Sure.
So no, they have not reached out to me, and I don't feel that I should reach out to them. I've thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I've
just courtesy, you would figure somebody, look, back in the day, even if I'm not going to use the same thing as, but remember if like you did something to your neighbor in the yard, something you ran over his,
right.
or you broke his window or whatever, you go in you think the heart in some people, you would think, man, your son, what if, God forbid, was if something worse happened to your son?
Right. He could have been, I really do feel, although this happened, sometimes things happen, right? Um, I do feel there were angels around Gabriel protecting him from worse. He could have been in a wheelchair. He could have had a much more severe brain injury. Brain injury symptoms can last years. I hit that head on right away and tried to handle that right away. He definitely has effects. By the way, so he is in physical therapy every single week. He gets different types of physical therapies to help him heal. Doctor prescribed certain supplements that help with healing. He's in therapy, and again, he's going to have some more upcoming testing. So my friend had really, or two of my girlfriends had really pushed hard, especially Christine and Jamie, for starting this Give Send Go to help with some of my current out of pockets. If there's a civil suit someday, great.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, some things have been covered, like the emergency room visit was covered, of course. Other things are out of pocket. So, like I said, I went to work right away, part time, lost my career, and so I can no longer keep up our housing.
So what we're trying, folks, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing, Diana's story here, and like I said, she didn't want to do a GoFundMe page. It was her friends that were doing it, and they're doing something now called Give, Send, Go. This is what we're asking. If anybody can help, whatever you can help at all, it's going to something that's a good cause to help your neighbor. And this is not like, this is horrible that this is happening to children. And, this is probably happening all the time. This bullying thing, it's been going on for years. I know it happened in school. When I was going to school, it's happening. There was always that bully. Even they had TV shows where the one guy when the show was always the bully, who always had the attention, always trying to insult kids or insult people like that. It happens all the time. Everybody seems like their hands are tied. And this is what we need to do if you can, folks. We're asking, go to Give, Send, Go for Gabriel and see what you can do right now. Like I said, losing your housing, how you're losing it right now. I mean, she has to give up her job to take care of her son. And maybe there is a civil suit down the line. I mean, I know an attorney, I can give you his number. He might be able to know some more stuff to help you out. Maybe, sometimes attorneys out there probably don't even want to take the time. First of all, I noticed about a lot of attorneys, I can't speak for a lot of them, but always once you start talking finance, well, if the money's not that great there, well, then, maybe I'll pass you
That's
off to somebody
exactly
else.
that's
Exactly.
exactly what I've been told. I mean, one who's very well respected, they were just very honest. They said with this type of case, because it's very hard to prove. So
But even though you have footage,
I'm sorry, not hard to prove what happened. We have
yeah,
footage. That is
yeah,
a hands down. There's security footage.
right, sure,
The
sure,
state's attorney has that. That's very clean and simple. But as far as holding a school district responsible, tort immunity protects the district. You have to prove that they would have known about this and that they didn't stop it. So there was no warning as far as we know so far. Yes, the student had several
Well, that's what I mean.
physical.
If you can get the kids to speak out, the parents of people that this kid did stuff to in the past, you
Yeah,
might want to
maybe.
get over that kids. That can maybe get a group together. Or you know what, Diane, did
I
you
mean,
ever
there's
think of
record
going
of
to?
it.
I know, but you ever
There's
think of
record
going
of it with
to?
the student's record. And going back to fifth grade, I know as far as back to fifth grade. Um, so the thing is this goes back to policy. It started back in 2009. The administration at that time put into place kind of like equity and empathy for bullies. And it's like to understand why bullies are bullies. And I think that applies in some cases. There's a difference when people are reactive, such as
Yes,
some people are reactive to being bullied, kind of like
yes,
reactive abuse. In domestic relationships, there's reactive abuse. Well, there's a difference between that and somebody who's a perpetrator. And so when this previous administration put in this equity and empathy for bullies, school policies
yeah,
across the nation, public schools
sure,
they changed their policy and they allowed, most of them allowed like up to 16 incidents a year.
yeah.
And it's very subjective where they get to decide what is considered an incident. So
Or you know what?
there, because
You,
Mhm.
yeah. No, I'm sorry. I was saying that I didn't mean to cut you off. I know we're running out of time here on the show, but I
Okay.
wanted to say that maybe talking to, did you ever think of going to a news station like at ABC or NBC telling your story? I mean, I'm telling you,
I
that can
have,
get a lot of press, and another way to maybe help you out in some way. They might even know some ways of doing things. I know they're just throwing ideas out there, but right now you have no any idea is not a bad idea if you can do it. You know what I mean?
sure. My sister mentioned that right away. And since I've gone public with this a couple of days ago,
Yes.
everybody's mentioned that. So that's a great question. If your viewers are saying that, I understand. That is not something I wanted to do because we didn't want the attention. It was a lot for our family, or for Gabriel and I. Um, but I will say that might be something that's happening soon. I have not made that decision, but everybody's suggesting that. So thank
You
you.
know what? And I
Since
mean,
I went
that's
public,
yeah. You got to go public because it's going to
since
put a
I went
pressure on
public,
the
even
school.
saying anything online, there's been a lot of incoming, and so it's been helpful, but also super stressful. So I knew I couldn't handle that back then.
Sure, sure.
But I think things are turning. Again, most important thing now we're trying to secure housing, which is taking quite a bit, and then his medical care. So I'm gonna look into all of that.
You got some choices there to try to
Thank
make,
you.
and like I said, but what we're trying to say, folks, if you can, please, whatever
Okay.
you can give to help out Diana and Gabriel, folks. That's Give, Send, Go. That's GIVE, Send, SEND, Go, and put at Gary Brill, and whatever you can do.
Actually,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
it says supporting. You would do a search for supporting Gabriel, or I can send you
Supporting
the link.
Gabriel.
Thank
And
you.
it's on my link. It's on the show link, folks, and I'll share it again. Whatever you guys can do. Diane, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and
Thank you.
whatever. If we can help and do something in any way, please let us know. Give our best to Gabriel. It looks like he's a tough kid, and you got a lot of good friends. Some new people that are watching the show are just saying he's a hero and he's a tough kid, and sure things are going to be better. But there's different outlets that you can use here too. I think I would go right to that major TV station. And not only would you blast the school, you'd blast, I'm telling you, this should be public. This should be public. A lot of people bully people that don't want to say anything. They're embarrassed about it. Don't be embarrassed about it. This needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped.
Thank you. I agree with. It does need to be stopped. I am definitely always been a seeker of the truth and advocating, so that is coming.
Well, I wish we had more time, and I
Thank
appreciate
you.
so much. And like I said, keep us posted on this, and if we can do anything to help you, we'd love to. And again, you need to do that, folks. Go give, send, go, supporting Gabriel. Whatever you can go to really, really help right now, guys. And share the show, everybody out there, and spread the word, spread the story of Gabriel. And not only it's going to help Gabriel, but it can maybe help other students in the future, or other people in general going through the word bully that people are going through in this crazy world. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Okay, keep us posted, please.
God bless you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, folks. You hear stories just like this, and it's sad. Schools almost like brush it off like it's nothing. It's a sad thing, and it needs to be taken care of. And hopefully, with our help and people like this, with you people and people in general, and more people, we know it's been around forever, folks. It's still happening every day. It can probably be happening as we speak to somebody, to your child, and whatever we can do. If you know anybody, any help here for Gabriel or anybody else that needs help out there, like I said, one more time, it's give, send, go, supporting Gabriel, and whatever you can give would be fantastic, folks. We are coming to the end of the hour, everybody, and I wish sometimes the shows were a little longer. So let's get the weather. This is the JRC Ace Hardware Store Ace Minute. Today's weather is Monday, March 10th. It's 54 degrees right now. Feels like it's 52. It is sunny out. It's a beautiful spring day. Humidity is 48%. Wind chill is 6 miles an hour. That's brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. I want to thank our friends from Ace Hardware, folks. They have some great deals going on, so make sure you jump on that. Grill your ace off. That's what we're talking about. Grill your ace off. Make sure you check out brand new grills out there, and they have so much stuff out there, folks. Also, folks, tune up that lawnmower. Spring tune-up started at $105 plus parts. They're your neighborhood powerhouse. And take advantage of the auto key programming at all their stores. They program car keys up to 50% less than a dealership. Visit the Helpful Hub to speak to a certified team member. Ace is the place. Download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Tomorrow is Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino, folks. Busy week coming up. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Again, it's birthdays for Monday, March 10th. Dale Bozio of the band Missing Persons celebrating a birthday, folks. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, one of the best boxers, celebrating a birthday. Andy Gibb up in heaven, well, of course, of the Gibb brothers, 67 years old. From Who's the Boss, Ted Danza, 74 years old. Martha Quinn from MTV turned 65. Julia Baird is the sister of the great late John Lennon, celebrating a birthday. Sergeant Slaughter, for all you wrestling fans out there, of course, 76 years old. Larry Millis from Ides of March, celebrating a birthday. Jackie Chan, martial arts action hero, 71 years old. My buddy Ron Shammer, River Grove area. How you doing, Ronnie? Happy birthday to you, my friend. Emilio Estevez turned 62. Lee Majors, the Bionic Man, 85 years old. Mike Reno, singer of Loverboy, 69 years old. Eva Mendes, actress, and Dave Gilmore from Pink Floyd, celebrating a birthday today, guys. Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow we will be back, same time, same station, and I want to thank you all Remember, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another, folks. That's what we need in this world. Again, Laura's doing fantastic, little by little, but she's still doing great. What a trooper she is. She's walking, doing her breathing, spending time with the dog, still going in the office here at home, and even getting everything works done, not only for herself, but she's also handles the Tony Ocean career. But thank you guys for all the love and messages, and we really do appreciate it. Ringo says, peace and love. We need it more than ever in this world. See you tomorrow. God bless you, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Thank you so much, everybody.